Right, well, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, 4 months since my last upload, so I do apologise for that. If you do follow the channel, you've been looking out for it. I've just had a few technical issues and been busy fishing matches and doing uni and stuff like that, so I've not had a chance, but I've had a technological upgrade. We've got a GoPro Hero 10 this time, and the other one was playing up, so I thought it was probably a good time to upgrade. So hopefully maybe slightly better picture quality, I'm not so sure, but we'll see. But yeah, we're going to start a new series called the Aftermatch Chat, so to try and get a bit more content flowing out there. I'm so busy, so it's hard to get full days out, sort of just doing a film. So I thought after a match, if I've got sort of 15-20 minutes, I'll just give you a little update how it's gone, and talk about the tactics used, and then just so get a bit of stuff going on the channel that you can watch while you're having your food, or eating your breakfast, or whatever you do, tie nooks and that. But today, I've been at the Oaks Lakes, on the new lakes. These are absolutely rammed full of fish, and today there's only been 36 people turn up, so that meant we had loads of room. I've had 2 spare pegs that side, everyone's had a spare, and various people have had like 2 spare one side, and as expected it's fished its brains out. I've had a steady 298 pound, which was 88 fish, so they were a good stamp, averaging like £3, but there's some small ones and the odd like sort of like 6 and 8 pounder. And that's won me not a penny. There's been Scott Bond's won the section opposite me. Hold on a minute, we only went and won the section when I was driving out. Got a lovely surprise. Tom told me that I actually won my section. I got muddled up, I thought Scott was in my section. Turns out he won the other one, so chuffed a bit. We've stopped for Mackie's to celebrate, so yeah, ignore what I'm saying about not winning a penny, because I earned my money and managed to win my section, so really chuffed for that. Mackie's to celebrate, big Mac meal. Ooh. But yeah, enjoy watching the rest of the video, and hopefully you find the information decent, because I actually won something with it. Hey! I've had a lovely day, I've had loads of bites, so it's been nice just to have a day stretching the elastic and playing lots of fish. I think Craig on, I'm not sure what peg, Craig Ebrel, he's had 440 or something. I think he's won the match, and then there's been Tapper on Luke Hawksworth, sorry. He's been on peg 25 on Sycamore. He's had 400 odd as well. He fished mega, so not the one today, but still learned a bit. And I thought, if you're going to come on here, I've got a few things that maybe I can pass on, and then when you come, you're sort of ready for it. For me, this place is an all-out meat attack. I've come with, well, I think I've fed about 7 tins of 6mm, and then I've chopped up a tin of 7mm as well, just so I've got a slightly bigger hook bait, so it stands out to the fish. That's my thinking anyways. And it's one of those, you can come here and you can fish pellets and catch 300 pound, you fish meat, but I like fishing meat. I think it's a really good bait for these sort of size fish, carp, anywhere between 3 and 8 pound. And yeah, so meat, where to fish it? Now that's the question. If it fishes hard, sometimes you can fish it on the bar long. It comes up, it varies, but some areas it comes up like a foot on the bar, about 13 meters. You can tap a bit of meat in there. If you're looking for like 200 pound to win, I always think it's worth setting that long pole up, but any more than that, it's really not worth it. It's too far. You got to catch them quick on here. When you catch them 400 pound, it's 140 to 150 fish, which is a lot. It's a lot of fish to catch, and shipping them back, it's just not worth it. So where I've started today, I started at 5 meters, just with a little medium guru in the pot on, and I just tapped in like 12 bits of meat, and then I've caught like 3 or 4 there. But Scott Bond opposite me, straight away, he's had this wind. I don't know if you can see, but this wind's like blown like off my back. So it's been flat here, and then it's been blown across his top kit line, and he started on the top kit and basically finished there. So it took me probably another half an hour to get him to come short, but once I started catching there, I came to, I'll show them on my box, fished I've had a short 4 on the back of this, and I've just held that short 4, and that's where I've started most of the day. I've fished, and then caught a few there, and then they started getting a few liners, and I could see Scott was coming a bit closer, and I was foul looking and missing odd bites. So I've come back and held this bit of tape, so I've literally, what's that, 5 foot from the bank, if that, and just fished that at the end on the end of my knee. And then last sort of half an hour I've come and held this bit of tape and fished it right in front of my nets. Caught a few there but wasn't quite right, so I went back out and had a couple a bit longer, but it last sort of half an hour it's just gone a bit funny. The whole lake's shut down. We've not caught much late on. I think they've had a bit of a battering. But yeah, that's where I've fished it. Start long and tend to work my way back in. I have fed a line down my left edge right on a half a top kit, and that's not been very good today. I'm not sure why, but it's just not been brilliant. That's sort of where I decided to fish it. In terms of the rig that I've used, that 19's Duraslip from Preston is absolutely mega. I love it. Once you've softened it up a little bit, it's really soft. It's not as strong as you think, but a couple of sort of pulls on the puller kit and they stand no chance. It's when you're fishing bagging venues like this, if you come with too light elastics, you're just not going to compete. You need to fish something nice and heavy. And with a puller kit, obviously, so you can get them in nice and quick. I've moved that down actually, but I was like that. Nice short lash, a couple of number 8 back shot just to keep the float nice and in one position. So I had a bit of wind on it today, so I didn't want my float drifting through. A 4x16's 1.7mm Maggie, just so I think with meat it's nice to fish something like a slim bodied float. Sometimes you get the odd bite on the deck, but honestly I think if you'd fished like any float, I don't think it'd really make that much of a difference on here. It's pretty solid. Little connector, that's a large one, and then I've just literally fished a bulk and one dropper, and then a 4-inch hook length of 0.17 and 12's Kaizen. Absolutely mega hooks. They're brilliant for this sort of stuff. Mega sharp, they don't straighten, they just do the job. I've never had one let me down. Just stick to them. 7mm bit of meat on that is absolutely wonderful. And that's the rig really. There's not too much else to say. It's just like, in terms of feeding, as soon as I came back closer than when on a top kit, I just took my pot off, got rid of that, don't need that, just threw all my bait. So I'd sort of lay my rig in and just throw 10-12 bits of meat on top, and then hopefully catch one, and then just throw another 10 bits on top of that, and then you could sort of keep a little rhythm going, hook a fish, put a bit of bait, get the fish back down to the bottom. When you lay your rig in, sometimes you'll catch a second fish straight away. That's Andrew Crownby just walking up going by. But yeah, it's just a case of I think that noise sort of brings the fishing on here. I think that's not important, to get the fish into your peg. I think if you cupped it, you wouldn't have the same effect, but that's it. I fed 7 tins of meat. I probably could have fed a bit more. Had to get up and chop some more. What was it, 8? Might have been 8 tins of meat to be fair. So I think next time, if it's going to be like this, 10 tins is what you need. You certainly need more nets and everything. If it hadn't slowed down, I certainly would have needed more nets. But yeah, I've had a really nice day. I've had a fisher chuck, so no complaints whatsoever. I've fished we've fished 5.5 hours, so you get a nice long match if you're coming here. But if you're thinking of coming for a day out where you just want to get loads of bites, the Oaks Lakes on the new lakes, they have matches on a Sunday. And if you really want to bag up, come on a Wednesday, because they have a lot more room, obviously midweek, less people. And it's usually it's anywhere from 250 to 450 on a Wednesday, usually needed to win, especially now things are warming up. But that's a little short video. Sorry there's no action. I did take a couple of videos which I will have played throughout this to give you a little taste of where I'm fishing and this and that. But hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll try and get some more content coming on. But that's the Oaks Lakes really. For me, a meat approach, a few short lines, it's just working out sort of the depth that you want to catch them in. That's the most important part. Scott's had about 3 foot where he's caught, and I think that's probably why it's been a bit better. Whereas I've had it's been a little bit deeper. So it's just about, if you're getting too many liners, keep coming close to yourself, and that's it really. Feed plenty bait and enjoy it. So I'll try and get this out maybe the weekend. Next weekend I'll get it out so you can have a little watch. But yeah, fingers crossed I'll see you on the bank soon. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the bank soon. Tight lines.